This small, two-sided metal tool features a shovel and a sifter. It's moderately heavy for its size, approximately 1.5 inches long, and was used in a salt jar for dispensing salt. What is it? Despite its use in a salt jar, this is more likely a sugar scoop, specifically for use with a sugar bowl that holds sugar cubes or granulated sugar. The small shovel end would be for scooping up the sugar, and the sifter or fork-like end might be used as a small sifter for powdered sugar or for picking up individual sugar cubes. These small, often ornate, silver or plated metal scoops were a common part of a formal tea or coffee service set. This round, ceramic object with slats is gray and 4 to 5 inches long. What is this vintage medical device? This is apparently a ceramic version of an old surgical splint. The commenter provides a trail of evidence, linking it to a metal version with a patent number from 1931, granted to Charles Ettinger. The patent describes a splint for immobilizing fingers or other small limbs. The slatted, trough-like design would cradle the injured digit, and bandages would be wrapped around it. The ceramic material would have been rigid and easy to sterilize. Zimmer, a biomedical company that collaborated with Ettinger, is still in operation today, but this is a very early example of their type of product. This small, definitely golf-related plastic thing is about the size of a palm. It was left behind at a golf course. The finder found the company online, but it wasn't a product they seemed to sell. What is it? This is a skin for a Precision Pro NX10 golf rangefinder. The NX10 rangefinder is a popular model that is known for its customizable design. The outer colored shell or skin of the rangefinder can be easily swapped out by the user. This allows golfers to personalize the look of their rangefinder with different colors or patterns. This found object is one of those interchangeable decorative skins that has been removed from the main body of the rangefinder and was likely dropped or lost on the golf course. Found in a very old Italian house, this soft metal tool is probably aluminum and about 12 centimeters long. An AirPod case is shown for size reference. What is this bar accessory? This is a champagne bottle foil cutter. Before popping the cork on a bottle of champagne or sparkling wine, you must first remove the foil capsule that covers the cork and cage. This tool, with its small, sharp cutting wheels or blades on the inside, is placed on top of the bottle. By squeezing and rotating it, it neatly cuts the foil just below the lip of the bottle, allowing for a clean removal of the top portion of the foil capsule. It's a specialized tool for a touch of elegance in wine service. This small metal cylinder that unscrews was found on the front passenger car seat. It is a few centimeters long. What is this piece of hardware? This is a glass standoff. A standoff is a piece of mounting hardware used to hold a panel, such as a sheet of glass, a sign, or an architectural panel, away from the wall or surface it is mounted on, creating a space behind it. It typically consists of a barrel that is mounted to the wall and a cap that screws into the barrel, clamping the glass panel in between. They are commonly used for mounting glass signage, shower doors, or decorative glass panels. How it ended up in a car seat is a mystery. This small metal bar is chained to a metal box at a gas station near a pump. The bar has a slit at one end. What is it for? The box might have held a fire extinguisher behind a glass panel at one point. In an emergency, you need to be able to access the fire extinguisher quickly. The small metal bar is a dedicated tool for breaking that glass panel. The user would strike the glass with the heavy end of the bar, shattering it, to get to the extinguisher inside. The chain keeps the tool permanently attached to the cabinet so it doesn't get lost or stolen. It's a common feature on older break glass in case of fire-style safety cabinets. Two of these black plastic funnel-like objects were found together. There is mechanical wear around the inside edge of the large center hole, which appears to be metal. There are also two little holes on the sides. They are about 5 to 6 inches high. What are they? Given the context and that there are two of them, the best guess is that they are part of an automotive headlight or tail light assembly. The funnel-like shape could be the reflector housing or the shroud that sits around the light bulb, directing the light. The large center hole is where the bulb would be inserted, and the wear could be from heat or vibration. The two smaller holes might be for mounting screws or alignment pins. They are likely internal components from a pair of vehicle lights that were replaced or discarded. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit like and subscribe. Your support genuinely helps YouTube's algorithm find more curious explorers like you. Thank you for helping us grow. Stay curious. This is a brass metal cylinder with two sides that open. No threading, they just slide on and off. One side is shallow with a white residue. The other is a little deeper and empty. A chain is attached. It was found at a thrift store. What is it? This seems to be a box for carrying the components for chewing betel nut, a common practice in many parts of Asia. It is likely a combination box for holding tobacco paste and lime powder. Lime powder, calcium hydroxide, is a key ingredient used with betel nut. The two separate compartments, with one containing a white residue, likely the lime powder, are a strong clue. This small, portable, and often ornate container would allow a user to carry their prepared ingredients with them. Found at a plumber's house in a rural locale, this is described as a 10-foot diameter fiberglass tank, with each identical half being about 30 inches tall. It has no inlet or drain. What is it? It's not a single tank, but rather two stock tanks or troughs that have been stacked on top of each other for storage. Stock tanks are large, durable, open-topped containers, often made of fiberglass or galvanized steel, that are used on farms and ranches to provide drinking water for livestock like cattle and horses. A plumber in a rural area might have them for various projects, or they might simply have been left over from when the property had animals. Their large size and simple, robust construction are characteristic. Two 2-inch metal objects were found with a 1980s Riccar sewing machine. The corkscrew object feels like a tool. The manual doesn't mention them. What are they? The first object, with the spiral or corkscrew shape, looks like a rolled hem presser foot. This is a specialized presser foot for a sewing machine. It has a uniquely shaped guide on the front that automatically folds the raw edge of a piece of light to medium-weight fabric over twice as you sew, creating a very neat, narrow, and professional-looking rolled hem. It is especially useful for finishing the edges of scarves, napkins, or ruffles. The other, unidentified object might be another specialized presser foot or a different accessory. Seen in the weightlifting room at a YMCA, this is a metal pole stand with multicolored spinning plastic markers. The finder has never seen anyone use it. What is this piece of athletic testing equipment? This is a device used to measure an athlete's vertical jump height, often called a vertec or a vertical jump tester. To use it, the athlete first stands and reaches up to push aside as many of the colored plastic veins as they can, which sets their standing reach height. Then, they perform a standing vertical jump and attempt to swat the highest possible vein with their fingertips. By counting the number of veins they moved during the jump, you can precisely measure their vertical leap. It's a standard piece of equipment for athletic performance testing, especially in sports like basketball, volleyball, and football. This white, mounted, fixed object is on an office desk. There is another one on the opposite side. It's 6 inches long by 4 inches wide. What are these fixtures for? These are used for attaching desk baffleboard partitions, or more recently, COVID-era acrylic partitions. In open-plan offices, low partitions or privacy screens are often attached to the edges of desks to provide some visual and acoustic separation between workspaces. These mounted fixtures are the brackets or supports that hold these partitions in place. The partition panel would slide into a slot or be clamped by these brackets, securing it to the desk. A wife found this small brass tube at a flea market in British Columbia. It is fairly heavy for its size. What is its purpose? This is identified as a cigarette tube, but more accurately, it's likely a cigarette holder or an extinguisher case. As a holder, a cigarette would be inserted into one end, and the user would smoke through the brass tube, which would cool the smoke slightly and keep their fingers from smelling of tobacco. As an extinguisher or snuffer case, it would be a small, airtight tube. A lit cigarette could be placed inside and the lid closed, which would quickly extinguish the cigarette by starving it of oxygen, allowing the user to save the rest for later. Found in a yard sale lot of random items, these are made of semi-thick plastic with a rubber handle. The finder wonders if they are drumsticks, but they feel too delicate and the tip is different. What are they? These look like pool cues, but specifically for a children's or toy pool table. A toy pool table set would come with these smaller, lighter, and more durable plastic cues instead of the full-sized, heavier wooden cues used for professional billiards. The rubber handle would provide a good grip for a child, and the tip, while different from a standard leather cue tip, would be designed to work with the smaller, lighter plastic balls that come with a toy set. Found in a new rental place, this is a battery-powered thingy. Image search and Googling serial numbers doesn't help. It's like a garage remote, but has no button and no NFC coil. What is it? This is likely an active RFID, radio frequency identification tag. Unlike passive RFID tags that are powered by the reader, active tags have their own internal battery source. This allows them to transmit their signal over a much greater distance. These tags are used in a variety of systems for asset tracking, automated vehicle identification, like for opening a gate to a secure parking area or for tolling, personnel location within a large facility, or for inventory management. The device constantly broadcasts its unique ID, which is picked up by a reader when it comes into range. These rusted cast iron parts were found in the foothills of California. One looks like a cover of some kind and is about 6 inches across. The other two are harder to identify, but one has nails, rivets in it. What are they from? The round piece on the left looks like a lid cover from a wood cook stove. Old cast iron cook stoves had several round openings on the stovetop that were covered by these removable lids, allowing access to the firebox or for placing a pot directly over the heat. The piece on the right looks like the ornate top of a leg from an antique wood stove. Cast iron stoves from the 19th and early 20th centuries often featured very decorative cabriole-style legs, and this is the top part where the leg would have been bolted to the stove body. These are fragments from a vintage stove. This black plastic clip was found on the floor of a 2022 Jeep Gladiator after some work was done. It's about 4 inches long. A part number is molded into it, but doesn't come up in Mopar part searches. One of its 2 attachment clips is broken off. What is it? This is a brake line separator or clip. On a vehicle, several hard metal brake lines often run parallel to each other along the frame or chassis. To prevent these lines from rattling against each other or the frame, and to keep them organized, plastic clips like this one are used to hold them securely in place and maintain a proper separation between them. It's possible it was dislodged or broken by a mechanic while working on the wiring harness under the passenger seat, a common area for various lines and harnesses to be routed. This rusty metal object was found on the side of the road in the Swiss Alps near the Italian border. The finder wonders if it was involved in horse reins or tubing. What is this piece of military history? This is a link from a machine gun ammunition belt. A belt-fed machine gun uses a belt made of fabric, or, more commonly in modern designs, interlocking metal links to feed cartridges into the weapon. As the gun fires, each cartridge is stripped from its link, and the empty link is then ejected from the side of the gun. The Swiss Alps were heavily fortified and saw combat during World War I, the White War between Italy and Austria-Hungary. This is a very common piece of military archaeology to find in that region, a remnant of the intense fighting that took place there. This large arch-like structure is built at the entrance to a strip mall. It doesn't seem to have any scanners on it. The strip mall contains a thrift store and a post office. What is its purpose? Other than any potential signage on the other side, the primary purpose of this arch is to act as a height restriction barrier. It is designed to prevent large trucks, RVs, and other tall vehicles from entering the main parking area of the strip mall. This might be because the parking lot is not designed to accommodate the weight or turning radius of large vehicles, or there might be low overhangs, drive-thrus, or parking garage entrances further in that a tall vehicle could strike and damage. It effectively limits access to standard-sized passenger cars and vans. These are white square tube devices, open on one end at least, and cabled together on the roof of a parking garage stairwell in Minneapolis, MN. They were seen from the 14th floor of an adjacent building. What are they? These are standoffs used to support cables on a flat roof. On large commercial roofs, it is often necessary to run electrical conduits, grounding cables, or other wiring across the roof surface. These standoffs, often made of durable, UV-resistant plastic or composite material, are used to elevate the cables or conduits a few inches off the roof surface. This keeps the cables out of any standing rainwater or puddles, protects the roof membrane from being damaged by the cables, and allows for proper drainage on the roof. Seen in a local public library, this is a plastic, wall-mounted device with the word Nosy on it. It looks very advanced, and the finder imagines it's some type of air purifier. What is it? These are sensors for commercial buildings designed to help improve building efficiency. According to the Nosy company's website, these devices are part of a system that provides continuously updated baseline data for a building. They likely contain a suite of sensors to monitor environmental factors such as temperature, humidity, CO2 levels, light levels, and occupancy. This data allows building managers to optimize energy costs by adjusting HVAC and lighting systems, improve indoor air quality, and streamline maintenance and servicing by identifying issues proactively. They are a tool for smart building management. This is a small white silicone lid or cover type thing. The photo shows the front, side, and inside view. What is this small protective cap for? This definitely looks like the small silicone cover that comes with many disposable vapes, or the pods for some vape systems. These small, flexible caps are placed over the mouthpiece of the vape during packaging and shipping. Their purpose is to keep the mouthpiece clean and hygienic, and to prevent any dust or debris from getting into the device before it is purchased and used by the consumer. It is meant to be removed and discarded before using the vape. This is a green leather snap case from the brand Orvis. It's approximately 6'2" 2 inches, lightweight, and has a soft fabric on the inside. Orvis customer service didn't know what it was. The finder wonders if it's a sunglasses case. Is this correct? The finder's guess is almost certainly correct. This is a sunglasses case. Orvis is a well-known American brand, specializing in fly fishing, hunting, and sporting goods, including high-quality apparel and accessories. A leather case of these dimensions, with a soft protective lining, is perfectly suited for storing and protecting a pair of sunglasses, especially the polarized ones that are essential for fishing. It's surprising that customer service didn't recognize it, but it may be an older, discontinued model or part of a promotional gift set. A neighbor put these Periscope-looking things in their yard a few months ago. There's a bunch of them in the front and back. The finder was thinking they're for aeration or drainage. What are they? These Periscope-looking things could be frog houses. A frog house or toad abode is a small sheltered structure placed in a garden to provide a cool, damp, and safe hiding place for frogs and toads. These amphibians are beneficial for gardens as they eat slugs, insects, and other pests. These houses often have a simple, overturned pot design or a more decorative, periscope-like shape that provides a protected entryway into an underground chamber. Encouraging frogs and toads to take up residence is a popular form of natural pest control for gardeners. This black panel is on the back of a Chevy 3500 Road Trek 210, a type of camper van. What is this exterior electronic component? This black panel is a TV antenna aerial. RVs and camper vans like the Road Trek are often equipped with an over-the-air television antenna to receive local broadcast TV channels when camping in areas without cable or satellite service. Modern RV TV antennas are often designed to be omnidirectional, receiving signals from all directions without needing to be aimed, and are housed in a low-profile aerodynamic plastic casing like this one to minimize wind resistance while driving. This is a long, draping, gauzy piece of clothing, measuring 140 inches. It's not uniformly shaped and has several fasteners. What is this specific type of garment? This is a pre-pleated sari, A traditional sari is a very long, unstitched piece of fabric that is artfully draped and pleated by the wearer. A pre-pleated or pre-stitched sari is a modern, more convenient version. It has the intricate pleats at the waist already sewn into place, and often includes fasteners like hooks or a drawstring, turning it into a garment that is much easier and faster to put on, resembling a wraparound skirt. It provides the elegant look of a traditionally draped sari without requiring the skill and time to create the pleats manually. Found on the beach on the Curonian Spit in Lithuania, close to the Russian border, this is a glass flask containing a fine, dirty, white powder. The lid looks medical or scientific. The finders did not dare to open it, fearing it might be poisonous. What might it contain? This is a bottle of powdered medication. It's impossible to say exactly what it is, but many medications, particularly intravenous antibiotics, are supplied in this form, as a sterile powder in a sealed glass vial. To administer the medication, a healthcare professional would reconstitute the powder by injecting a sterile liquid, like sterile water or saline, into the vial with a syringe and needle, dissolving the powder into a solution that can then be injected or infused. Finding one on a beach suggests it was medical waste that was improperly disposed of at sea. Found on the road a couple of months ago, this has Alpha and Omega with dimensions and seemingly resolution written on it. A picture is visible when held up to light, but it's hard to discern what it shows. What is this artifact of a bygone era? This is another artifact from the days bygone, a slide. A 35mm photographic slide is a small, transparent photograph mounted in a cardboard or plastic frame that is designed to be viewed with a slide projector or a slide viewer. The writing on it is likely information about the image it contains, written by the photographer. The commenter deciphers that it is probably a photo of a picture painted in the year 2000 by an artist named Margie something. It's a single frame from what was once a very common way of sharing and viewing photographs. What is this type of stand-up personal watercraft? It's made of hard, hollow plastic with two fins on the bottom. It's propelled by shifting your weight side to side to raise and lower the fins in the water. It seems intended for older children. Laughably, that is called a WG WAG. The inventors must not know about Urban Dictionary. A WG WAG is a human-powered watercraft that uses a unique propulsion system. The rider stands on the platform and shifts their weight from side to side. This motion is translated into an up and down flapping of the two flexible fins underneath the craft, which propels it through the water, similar to how a fish's tail works. It's a fun and athletic way to move on the water. The unfortunate name is an acronym, but its slang meaning is quite different. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay curious. More finds coming soon.